There you go, guys. Just thought I'd show my spray gun that I just got from the UK from Spray Guns Direct. The one I was talking about there a few weeks, or on my last couple of 3 or 4 videos. So I've finally got it here to show you anyway. So this is it. This is the ANI F150, or the HPS, whatever that means. It's the 1. You can see that 1.3mm tip. It does come in a 1.247 and 1.9 as well. So it was 1.7, not just 0.7. And you can get a needle, ear cap, and tip for 2.5, which would be, I think, really good for spraying those. I think, as I said in the last one, those sprayable texture undercoats and stuff like that. But your 1.7, 1.9 would be perfect, probably for painting your high solids, like primers and stuff like that, where you want to spray it on nice and thick. Now, I've had a general good look at this, and from what I can see, like, everything looks like it's pretty nicely made. Especially, like, it feels nice, like, it's not awkward in the hand. You know, like, it feels generally pretty good in the hand to pick up and hold. Like, it's not an awkward spray gun. Like, sometimes you get them and they're just not quite in the right proportion. But everybody's hand's different, so what might suit one person won't suit the other. But it feels good in my hand anyway. Probably the only qualm I've got at this stage is, this is my cheap spray gun, and look, the pot's a little bit flexible in that, but it's pretty rigid. But this one here, I'll just take it off, take the lid off. It's quite flexible. It's still reasonably rigid, but I just wonder, with that being quite so flexible one, if it's just not quite so how it'll be with no thinners and lots of stuff over time. But the gunman did say on his site that you can put a DeVilvis pot on it, or I think there was some other ones too, but it would just be a matter of looking around and having a look. And there is those cheap Chinese copies of the DeVilvis, so maybe you could even, I don't know what their pots are like, but you could probably get one of those pots and put on it too if you did happen to have troubles with it. But from what I understand, they spray pretty good. So I'm going to but the proof will be in the pudding, so I'm going to give it a go. Definitely not going to use it today. But I've got this old fridge here, which I said in my last video, that I'm going to turn into a big chili bin, we would call them here in New Zealand, or an ice box, I think they call them in America. You know, something you can put when you go away, you can put, you know, like stuff you want to keep cold, you know, put some ice in there, or some of those, you know, freezable chili pads, stuff like that in it, or an esky you would call it in Aussie. So I'm going to give that a scuff back, just with some, probably a bit of 320 or something like that. Just give it a scuff up and give it a quick wipe with some wax and grease remover. And I've got some old yellow tinter, just a tin of tinter there that I was going to, I think I said in my last video, that I was going to play around with the colour and see what it looked like on my old Charger that I had way back when I was starting to repair that. I'll do that up. So I've got it there, and so I'm gonna just paint that up so it looks a bit different, and take the Fisher & Paykel badge off it and all that sort of stuff, and gut it out and plug up all the holes with silicone, so I can use it as an oversized chili bin. I've done it before, but I think I sold the last one that I had when I had a garage sale years ago when I went to Aussie, and it was bloody handy because you can fit. You know, if you get a few of you around and you want to have a barbecue and you want someone to put some beer to keep cold outside or like that, instead of going in and out inside, you know, you can throw a heap of ice in it and everybody can just throw their alcohol in it and, you know, keep your beers cold or whatever like that. Bloody handy for that sort of thing. And I think one of the last ones I did throw a couple of handles on each end. You know, those metal sort of fold up handles. So I might throw a couple of those on it too eventually, but we'll just I just mainly want to spray that yellow before I get into this and have a bit of a play and play with just a few settings. Like I know it's not the same paint, but it's going to give me a feel. That's the main thing. And I was hoping today that I might be able to go get some more primer, but the paint shop I want to go to is not open at the moment since it's between Christmas and New Year's. I thought they might have been open, but they probably were open yesterday, but I was working yesterday. I was meant to be working today, but we couldn't get any more fertiliser. Well, not the fruit that somebody wanted anyway, so they'll have to wait till after New Year's now. So yeah, that's a quick look at my gun. I want to get a regulator for the bottom of it. I was going to buy one at the same time, and I probably wish I did, but I just didn't quite have the cash to get both. Not that it was expensive; it was just I just didn't have the extra funds. I had enough money to get that, and I think it was going to be an extra about $40, might have been $45 in New Zealand to get. It wasn't going to be any more to get it here as in freight cost, but it was just the initial, just buying it basically. It was going to be a few extra bucks involved, so I just didn't quite have enough cash, sort of free, if you know what I mean. Like I could have bought it, but I just would have left me short in other areas. So, but I am planning on maybe buying another one. So what I'll do is I'll get a couple then if I can afford it. So what I'll do is I'll probably get one that might be better for primer or something like that, and I might get a bigger tip too, so I can spray some of that texture undercoat underneath the car. Because I have sprayed it underneath the guards in the front, and I've sprayed bits and pieces underneath here after I finish repairing and cleaning up. So I'd like to do a lot of the rest of the actual underneath of it, and I wouldn't mind eventually once I get the rest of the car painted, I'll have a real good clean up in here, and I'll give this a real good dose of that texture undercoat in here too, and clean it all up. And then if I've got I probably won't paint it body colour, but I might put a nice coat of semi-gloss black or something in there, just to make it real nice and clean and tidy. Another one of those things that you look at, because I'm going to have it. Hopefully, we'll have it carpeted and sort of semi-decked out, I suppose, in here. But one of those things you want it to look tidy. So that's a quick look at that gun. And once I've done some more on the car, I'll do another video. So we'll catch you later.